Right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Warren's Team Talk. It's Warren here, and I've got another brand spanking, shiny, new, superb video for you today. And today we're going to review all the games from match day 12 of the FA Premier League. And then once again, there were some amazing games and a lot of drama and lots of thrills and spills and a lot of talking points after the games. None more so than at Manchester United. So, anyway, before we get into that, I hope that you're all well and having a great day wherever you are, and you're enjoying yourselves and having a lot of fun. So, before we get into it, can I just ask you, can I please ask you to make sure you hit the like button on this video, and also please make sure that you share the video around with any friends or colleagues, or just as many people as you possibly can, really, to be honest. That'd be really helpful to me. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the show. So like I say, we're going to review match day 12 of the FA Premier League. And before the games kicked off this weekend, obviously we had the international break. And this was the Premier League table after the last set of fixtures that had been played. There had been 11 games played this season. Chelsea was at top with 26 points. Manchester City was second with 23 points. West Ham was sat in third with 23. Liverpool were in fourth with 22. And Arsenal were fifth with 20. So there you go. So that was the Premier League table in the top five positions. And the bottom three had Burnley, Newcastle, and Norwich sat in it. So let's have a look and see what happened. So the first game of the day saw Leicester play Chelsea at the King Power Stadium in Leicester. And from what I can understand about this game this was the Saturday lunchtime game, and Leicester just got absolutely demolished as far as I understand. And if I'm not mistaken, Chelsea could have got far more than the 3 goals that they did get. So, yeah, not very good times at the King Power Stadium at the moment. And we've got a chat here. It's DrawnByDre. Hi, DrawnByDre says, hey, we're on. Hi, DrawnByDre. I hope you're okay, mate. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, so I'm just going through the Premier League fixtures for the weekend. And Chelsea went into this game playing a 3-4-3 formation, and Leicester lined up with a 3-4-2-1. Now, Chelsea, they, like I say, they seem to be very dominant in this game, and I'm just reading through my notes as well for this. Chelsea's first goal came from a corner. Leicester then had a goal disallowed, and that was the correct decision in my opinion. And then Chelsea second goal came from Reece James. He benefited from some absolutely shambolic Leicester defending, in my opinion. And then Pulisic scored the third goal in the 71st minute. And it was a very easy win, let's be honest, for Leicester. So there you go. That was the Leicester-Chelsea game. They just absolutely brushed Leicester aside, to be quite frank. Never looked like in any danger of losing the game or not being in complete control. Then next, let's go to see how Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard got on in his return to the Premier League. He came back to manage Aston Villa. They won by 2-0 against Brighton, and it was there didn't seem to be. I watched the highlights of this game on Match of the Day, and there didn't really seem that much to talk about in the game, except for the fact that Steven Gerrard being there and everything, and the fact that Villa actually, in my opinion, finished the game really strongly, and they did really, really well. They went into the game with a 4-3-3 formation, and Brighton went in with a 3-5-2 formation. And to be honest, I'm very impressed that Villa managed to get a win out of this game, because I do really rate that Brighton team. I think they've been doing really well this season. They managed to get a point off Liverpool at Anfield, which is no mean feat, as us Arsenal supporters found out to our cost at the weekend. But yeah, there you go. So the next game I want to talk about is Burnley against Crystal Palace. Now, Burnley went into this game with a 4-4-2 formation. Palace went with a 4-2-3-1. And Palace seemed to be on top in the early stages and, well, the first 20 minutes. And then Burnley took over, and in the 30, they scored. The first goal was scored on the 8th minute from Palace through Christian Benteke. Then Mee equalised just over 10 minutes later in the 19th minute, and then Wood put Burnley in front in the 27th minute, and then Benteke again scored for Palace again in the 36th minute, and then a chap by the name of Guehi put Palace back in front just before the break. A really exciting game, I felt. And then just after half-time, Cornet drew Burnley level, and there wasn't any further scoring. But, yeah, it was a great game. And that day there was a Palace fan in my chat when I was doing my match day live. And he was getting really excited about Palace at Burnley. So they're in the 45th, like Chris Wood and in the second half, Chris Wood and Anderson got involved in the tangle on the edge of the Palace area. And in my opinion, a red card should have been given and a free kick, but the referee ignored it and just allowed play to continue. How he came to that decision, I've got no idea, but there you go. And had Burnley won, it would have been Sean Dyche 150th win for him in charge of Burnley. And now Palace have now conceded 9 goals from set pieces this season, and 2 of them came in this game. So obviously Patrick Vieira needs to do some work with the Palace team on the training round to stop them conceding goals from set pieces. So the next game was Newcastle against Brentford. Another really high-scoring game at St James's Park. Newcastle drew the game with Brentford by 3 goals each. Both sides had not been in good form in the lead up to this game. In fact, Newcastle still haven't managed to win a single game in the Premier League this season. Newcastle took the lead early on thanks to a header from Lascelles, and it was a free header from a corner. And then Ivan Toney equalised for the visitors a minute later. And it was very poor from the Newcastle goalkeeper. The shot just went through his hands. And I felt that all through the game, Newcastle looked really, really weak at the back. But having said that, they did look threatening going forward. And I've put on here that they were very shambolic in defence. But then Henry put Brentford 2-1 up in the 31st minute, and then Jolie and Linton equalised in the 39th minute, and then two further goals, one for each side, meant the game ended in a 3-3 draw. One goal from St. Maximin in the 75th minute, and an own goal from Lascelles in the 61st minute, meaning that Lascelles had ended up scoring one goal for each team. So the game ended in a 3-3 draw, and there's plenty of food for thought there, I think, for the new Newcastle manager. And he looks like he's got plenty of work to do on the training ground, particularly with Newcastle's defending. So, yeah, that was the Newcastle game. So I'm sure that Eddie Howe will be happy about the way that Newcastle attacked, but not so happy about their defending. So, now in the next game, Norwich entertained Southampton at Carrow Road, and it was Dean Smith's first start as Norwich manager, and it got off to a really bad start when Shay Adams gave Southampton the lead after 4 minutes. And then 3 minutes later, however, the Canaries equalised through Pukki. And then finally, Norwich took the lead and got the winning goal in the 79th minute through Hanley to win the game and give Norwich their first Premier League win at home since February 2020. And the winner came from a corner, which was headed home by Grant Hanley. And it's his first goal since Boxing Day 2011. And from watching the highlights on Match of the Day, but I know that you can't really take too much from watching highlights. It doesn't give a proper picture of what's actually happened because they'll only show you what they want to show you. It looked to me like Southampton dominated in the first half, but they couldn't capitalise on this superiority. Southampton had complaints about Norwich's first goal, but I don't really see what they were complaining about. And in this game, it saw Billy Gilmour come back into the Norwich side. And I thought, from what I saw, that he did quite well, to be frank. So Norwich won that game by 2-1. And then the big game of the day saw Watford beat Manchester United by 4-1, which saw Ole Gunnar Solskjaer finally lose his job. Sadly for him, never nice to see a manager lose his job, but sadly, I think this has been coming for quite a while, to be quite frank. And Watford were far the better side. United were all over the shop. They looked defensively weak. They looked toothless going forward. It was not good at all. Bruno Fernandes, the first goal, Bruno Fernandes attempted in the clearance, and he completely miskicked the ball, and it sliced up into the air, and then King brought down was then brought down in the penalty area, and he took a penalty. King took a penalty. Excuse me. Sorry, let me start again. So then after this, there was a challenge in the box, which meant that Watford got awarded a penalty. The penalty was saved, and but then scored after a rebound. But because of encroachment, it had to be then retaken, and then Sarr saved the penalty, and then Josh King finally gave Watford a 1-0 lead. And then Watford went in at half-time 2-0 up, and to be honest, it could have been far more. There were for the second goal, there were no one picking up players for the second goal. And there was acres of space in the penalty area for the Watford player to score. United sub McTominay and for Van der Beek at the start of the second half, and almost immediately United scored. Jadon Sancho's cross to the back post, Ronaldo headed back across goal, and then Van der Beek headed home the ball. And then Maguire did his level best to jeopardise United's chances by getting himself sent off after 2 bookable offensives in 7 minutes, and absolutely crazy behaviour. And if he plays in the next game, I'll be very surprised. Well, in the next game after his suspension, obviously. Then Watford scored 2 goals late in the game in injury time to seal the victory by 4-1. The third Watford goal was shot straight through De Gea for João Pedro, and then Dennis added a 4th. It was, to be honest, it was a diabolic performance and shambolic performance from Manchester United. And what I found interesting was in the post-match interviews when De Gea said that they didn't know what to do with the ball and they didn't know how to defend, which I just found absolutely shocking. And they could have conceded even more than what they did. So it was no surprise to see that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had been sacked after the maulings they got against Liverpool and the embarrassing defeat they got against Manchester City. Not good at all, really. Then the Wolves against West Ham game. Now, the Wolves against West Ham game, Wolves won this game by 1-0. Wolves went into the game with a 3-4-3 formation. West Ham went in with a 4-2-3-1 formation. West Ham started well and nearly scored when Bowen headed narrowly wide, and Wolves had a claims for a penalty for handball, but in my opinion it was more ball to hand than hand to ball, and the player didn't have opportunity to get out of the way of the ball. And as the game went on, Wolves just got stronger and stronger and stronger. And then Fabianski played really well, in my opinion, for West Ham, making a string of good saves, and Wolves peppered West Ham's goal before finally Jimenez gave Wolves a lead in the 58th minute. That was the Wolves West Ham game. And then on Sunday, Manchester City demolished Everton by 3-0, and it was an absolute demolition. I only saw highlights of 5 minutes worth of highlights for this game, but the highlights I just saw one-way traffic. I mean, I can't even remember Everton really threatening Manchester City at all. It reminded me of the performance that Arsenal put in against Manchester City at the Etihad earlier in the season. It was weak, and if I was an Everton fan, I would have been absolutely furious because it just looked like they'd accepted the fact that we're going to get beat, and they just weren't really even trying that hard, to be quite frank, from what I saw. But there you go. And then finally, then there was the Tottenham Hotspur and Leeds game. And in this game, Leeds took the lead just before half-time, a thoroughly deserved lead. They were by far the better side. And before Tottenham equalised in the 58th minute, Leeds could have even extended their lead. And then Højbjerg equalised in the 58th minute, and this seemed to inspire Tottenham. And then Reguilon added a second in the 69th minute to inspire Tottenham to win the game by 2-1. And from what I understand, Antonio Conte was winding the home supporters up, getting them really to really get behind the side and stuff like that. So fair play to him. I think Tottenham are really lucky to have him. I wish we had him at Arsenal, but there you go. Now, on to the game involving my club, Arsenal against Liverpool. Now, this game took place at Anfield, and I did a review of this game. So if you want my detailed analysis of it, go and check that out. I went into quite a lot of detail about this game and whatever, but I still stand by everything I said in that video. Arsenal were absolutely shocking in this game. And yeah, I've heard people talking about how well we did, how well we defended, how well this, how well that. A load of utter rubbish. The game of football is about winning. It's not about getting draws or holding out or containing sides. The idea is that you go and play a game of football to win. And we didn't even compete. We never even put a glove on Liverpool. I think we had 3 shots on target in the whole game, and it was pitiful. It really was. And then when Liverpool upped the tempo after that confrontation between Mikel Arteta, or Mikel Mouse, as I'm calling him now, and Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool upped the tempo and they just brushed aside like an annoying fly, and it was easy for them. I really think they didn't. To me, they didn't look like they even broke sweat. It was comfortable victory. The only one who came out of that game with any sort of anywhere approaching any self-respect and pride intact with me was the Arsenal goalkeeper. But other than that, it was pitiful. It really was. If I was Aaron Ramsdale, I'd be sitting there thinking, what the hell is going on at this club? Look, we've had this manager in charge now for nearly 2 years. We're no nearer being involved in a title challenge than what we were on the day that he was appointed. It is absolutely shocking. And I've got some really damning statistics to show you. Even more damning than the ones I showed in my review. So hold on to your hats, people, because it's not good viewing. And it's getting to the point now with him where I just can't even bear to look at him because he makes me so angry. He is destroying this club single-handedly. And anyone who thinks he's the right man for the job, you need to have a close look at these stats, and then I'm about to show you, and then have a long, hard look at yourself, because anyone who's defending him, in my opinion, they're not an Arsenal supporter. They're more interested in the career of Mikel Arteta than they are the what's right for Arsenal Football Club. So here we go. We're now sat in 5th place, which we were before the game kicked off. So that's the only real positive to take out of it. And the rest of the league table is more or less as it was, except for Liverpool have moved up to 3rd. And the bottom 3 is Burnley, Norwich and Newcastle, and Leeds are getting dangerously close to the relegation zone as well. So here we go. Here are these stats that I want you to show you. So yes, people, Mikel Arteta has once again, he's broken another record, and this one is absolutely damning. Absolutely damning. So let's see what he's been up to. So there you go. The last time, okay, that Arsenal were this far into a season with a negative goal difference was in the 1912-13 season. That's right, people. 1912-13. That is 109 years ago. And in fact, it was so long ago that the club was still called Woolwich Arsenal, and we hadn't even started playing at Highbury at that point. We were still playing in Woolwich. It is absolutely disgusting. How this man is still in a job is beyond me. He's a joke. I wouldn't employ him to go and buy my shopping at the supermarket. He's clueless, absolutely clueless. And if he ever gets another job again, I'll be in football, I'll be surprised. And let me tell you something else as well. There's lots of clubs recently that have sacked their managers, all right, and got new managers and had vacancies for managers. How many of those clubs have gone looking at Mikel Arteta or made approaches for Mikel Arteta to become their coach? I'll tell you, shall I? That many. None. Zero. Zilch. And you know why that is? It's because he's fucking shit. Honestly, I'm sorry for swearing, but I've had it with this clown and all these bullshit supporters. People will call themselves Arsenal supporters for bloody defending this clown. And when you question them about why they're defending him, oh, well, you know, he needs to be given time. He's had nearly 2 years. Oh, he's the best looking Spaniard we know. Oh, he's got good drip. Oh, he dresses well. What a load of crap. What the hell has his looks or how he dresses got to do with how well he can manage a football club? I couldn't give a flying F about how good looking he is or how good his clothes are or what he looks like. Just get someone who can manage a football team. He can't do it. End of. It's enough. Look at those stats. It's damning. And this isn't even the worst of it. Look at this. Our attacking stats are absolutely disgusting. They're the sort of stats that you'd expect to see from, all due respect to them, a team like Burnley or Watford. Not the 3rd best team in the history of English football. It's disgusting, Arteta. Do one, you mug. And look at the amount, right. We scored 13 goals in the Premier League this season, and we're 14th in the Premier League for the amount of goals scored. We scored 7 goals from open play, and we're second bottom in the Premier League for that. XG, whatever that means, I think it means that the expected amount of goals that we're going to score is 13.8. We're 12th for that. Big chances created, 7. Okay? And we're 19th for that. Shot conversion, 8.4%. 16th in the league. Right? And possession, 47%. That's less than half. Half. And we're 13th in the league for that. These stats are absolutely disgusting. And I've heard the likes of Charles Watts. What was it? He said, let me just read something here. No, I haven't got it. I thought I had what he said, but I was watching him this morning and I was staggered, to be quite honest. This man is supposed to be the representative for goal for Arsenal, and he's supposed to go to press conferences and ask questions to Mikel Arteta. To me, it sounds like he's a Mikel Arteta fanboy. He's more interested in making things comfortable and nice for Mikel Arteta, not asking him questions that we want to know and questioning him about this. Why is it like this? What are you doing to put it right? It is disgusting. And I'm sick of it. I'm telling you, this club is a mess. We got some chats here. Taib says, hi, Warren. Liverpool for Arsenal. Yeah, man, I'm furious. You probably heard me ranting. I'm sorry about my bad language, everyone, but I've had enough of it. Warren, what is Hoy Boy? Yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, Hoy Boy. I don't know. I can't even pronounce his bloody name. Sorry, fella. And then Tennis Machine. And where are we in the league run? We're fifth, mate. Right? But do you think we're going to stay there? Not a chance. Not with stats like this. We can't even create a chance. How are we going to win games of football if we don't create chances? Jesus Christ. Absolutely shocking. And do you think fifth is good enough? Do you? Do you really think that fifth is good enough? Jesus Christ. We should be competing to win the league, not finish fifth. It is disgusting. We're supposed to be the third biggest club in this country, not a Mickey Mouse outfit. Taib Hussain says, Warren Arteta is the godfather of tactics. Laugh out loud. Yeah, and this is supposedly the best young coach in world football. Someone, please, tennis machine, explain to me why fifth in the league and those stats are acceptable. If you think they're acceptable, you tell me why that is acceptable, because it ain't in my book. It is shocking and disgusting, and he should be sacked. He shouldn't have been even bloody appointed. The man is a fucking joke. He's a joke of a manager. And the day that Arsenal sack him will be the best day in the club's recent history. Do stats win you games? Well, they certainly don't win you games with stats like that, mate, do they? Listen, look, big chances created. We're second bottom in the league. How are you going to score a goal if you don't create a chance? Fucking idiot. So big chance created. Let's look at that. 7, and we're 19th in the league, right? How the hell does anyone expect Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to score goals like that? This man, this fraud of a manager, is the reason why these players are regressing and they're not performing to the level that is required. It's not the player's fault, it's his fault, because he's absolutely clueless. So I asked you again, Tennis, right? Why is he the right man for the job? Explain that one to me. Taib Hussain says, well said, Ron. Yeah, man, I'm sick of this bullshit. People defending this clown for no good reason and not being able to substantiate it with anything that makes any sort of sense or that is related to his ability to coach a football team. We didn't score against Leicester, Burnley, Watford, Crystal Palace, Villa. You're lost. I'm lost, am I? So why have we got all these poor statistics? We should have beaten those sides in any case. We're the third biggest club in the history of English football. Not a bloody mid-table outfit, which is what we've been turned into. And I'm telling you, under his management, if it continues, we will get relegated. There's no question of it. You cannot. That is not sustainable. Those statistics are not sustainable. It is disgusting. 47% possession average in a game. Shot conversion, 8.4%. Big chances created, 7. In 12 games, 7. Liverpool had 9 chances against us to score a goal in one game. And Ty says Arsenal should be competing with the best, not celebrating tin pot clubs. Absolutely, Ty. Why do you care about statistics over league position? Because the statistics are an indication of how we are performing. The league table, we're 5th after 12 games. Yes, we're 5th after 12 games, right? The league season, let me remind you, is 38 games. Those statistics are not sustainable. If we continue the way we are, okay, with the amount of goals, we scored 13 goals in 12 games, right? So what that means is we scored 13 divided by 12. That's 1.08, and if we goals a game, if we multiply that by 38, that's 41 goals for the season, right? Now, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember for definite, but I'm pretty sure that's more or less the same as what we scored last year. All right. So that will mean if we perform at the same level as we did last year, we're going to be round about 8th or 9th again. I'm sorry, but that's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Tennis machine, those statistics are also after 12 games. So if you don't care about league position, you shouldn't care about these statistics, should you? Listen, I do care about league position, mate. And I'm not happy about being 5th. There are obviously other people who are happy about being 5th and are having a street party about it. But I have higher aspirations. I've seen this club win titles and compete in Champions League finals. We are nowhere near achieving that sort of performance out of this club anytime soon, right? Those statistics are absolutely damning. And if it was down to me, he would be sacked immediately. It hasn't moved this club forward one iota since he's been in charge. In fact, the club has gone backward. He was a clown of a player and he's a clown as a manager. We are no further forward. The players are aggressing. The players are burnt out. It's just an absolute joke. And these statistics, by the way, my friend, are an indication of how the team is performing in comparison against the others. The league position is a comparison over the 12 games we played. It doesn't compare our performance. In a way, the league position does, but the fact we're 5th is, from my opinion, is 4th position. We should be doing better, way better. With the players we've got, we should be doing way better than that. Anyway, so on to I'm not going to talk about that anymore because it is pointless. The next thing I want to talk about is the match, the Warren's Team Talk predictions game, and the Leicester against Chelsea game ending in a 2-1 win for Chelsea. I predicted a 3-0 win. Aston Villa drew 2-1. I predicted that Aston Villa and Brighton would draw 2-2, and they won 2-0. Burnley, I predicted would lose 1-0 at home to Crystal Palace, and it ended in a 3-3 draw. Newcastle, I predicted would win 1-0 against Brentford, and it ended in a 3-3 draw. And then Norwich, I said would win 2-1 against Southampton. And Watford against Manchester United, I said Watford would lose 2-1 against Manchester United, and they won 4-1. Wolves, I said, would lose 2-0 at home to West Ham, and they won by 1-0. I said that Liverpool would beat Arsenal by 3-0, and they lost 4-0. And Manchester City beat Everton by 3-1, and Everton lost by 3-0. Tottenham, I said, would win by 1-0, and they won by 2-1. So after this weekend's fixtures, this is the Warren's Team Talk predictions table. James Dunlop is currently winning the competition. He's got 72 points. Mick is second with 62 points. I'm third with 57. And Jamie H is fourth with 7. So if you want to be involved in the Warren's Team Talk prediction game, please go to the Warren's Team Talk page, where you'll be able to find out more information about this. And it's free to enter. However, there are no prizes on offer at present, but it's just a bit of fun for everyone who likes to be involved with the Warren's Team Talk channel. And it is really, really good fun. So, yeah. I just want to big up the GoonerClaude Trust. They provide opportunities for people who are disadvantaged to get to go to games at the Emirates Stadium and see Arsenal matches. And they're supported by the Claude and the Bansta channel, which is an excellent Arsenal YouTube channel. And these other YouTube channels as well are fantastic. There's the Old School Gunner YouTube channel, the 3 Pointers TV YouTube channel, Arsenal Alex YouTube channel, and also the DrawnByDre channel. So go and check them out. Please make sure that you subscribe to their channels and put a like on their videos. They do excellent content, and they're great channels and well worth supporting. And you won't be disappointed by getting involved with them, I'm sure of that. So yeah, there you go. I'm just going to finish soon. Okay, so you think bringing in a new manager and we would challenge for titles this season? No, not this season, not immediately, but we'd see some improvement and we'd start to move forward, especially if that manager had experience, not like this clown. I can't believe that a multi-million-pound business is employing someone who's had no experience of managing before in a position like that. It wouldn't happen in any other business in the world. It wouldn't. It's just not. It just wouldn't happen. So are the statistics. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. A new manager would do a hell of a lot better than Arteta. Yeah, and let me remind you of something, Tennis Machine. David Moyes was appointed at West Ham a week after Mikel Arteta. And he has got West Ham in a title challenge. And they've been in the job roughly the same time. We've got a manager that will be lucky if he finishes in the top half. So answer me that one. If David Moyes can do it, and this so-called football genius of Mikel Arteta is unable to do it, answer me that. Absolute nonsense. Tennis, because you're absolutely waffling. Oh, am I? Well, then go and watch another channel then, mate. I'm not asking you to come in here. And Taib says, Hussein says, waffling a lot of facts. Thank you, Taib. Exactly, mate. This is Luca's life. Hi. Hi, Luca. Nice to see you, mate. Feel free. Check mine. West Ham are not in a title challenge. Oh, they're not, are they? So is that why they're fourth in the league and equal on points? Let's have a look at the league titles, shall we? And we'll see if they're in a title challenge or not. Yeah, so West Ham are 3 points ahead of us, and they got a positive goal difference, and yeah, I'd say they are in a title challenge. And up until this weekend, they were third and 3 points behind the leaders. And where were Arsenal? Yeah, exactly. Nowhere to be seen. Not in a title challenge. What a load of utter rubbish. One generation ahead of us and lost to West Ham Wolves last week. Yeah, and do you think Arsenal would do any better at Wolves with this clown in charge? I don't think so. And one position ahead of us and lost to Wolves last week. But yeah, they are, and we are not a sure thing we're on. Right, okay. Right, everyone. So that's it. I'm going to end the stream here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to put a like or a dislike on the video when you leave. And if you feel like you want to, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And please spread the content around. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, take care, and thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks to the tennis machines coming and check me out. And thanks very much to This Is Luca's Life and Taib Hussein and who else? Yeah, so thanks very much for everyone who's watched this, and thank you very much to everyone who's watched this on playback. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you all again really soon. So thanks a lot, guys. Take care, and I'll